Very good morning, all of you. Welcome to refrigeration and air conditioning class. In last class, I was discussed about first law and second law applied to refrigeration machines and unit of refrigeration. In unit of refrigeration, we learnt about TR. When TR equals to 3.517 kilojoules per second or kilowatt, this value was derived in two ways: one from kgs of water and um, another one from pounds of water. So using these two ways, we have derived one TR value in last class. So in today class, I will discuss about energy efficiency ratio, also called as EER, and one problem regarding to reversible Carnot cycle and types of refrigeration systems will be discussed in today class. First of all, I start with energy efficiency ratio, also called EER. Very important for examination point of view. We see a 2 marks question on this regularly. EER means it is nothing but it is a ratio of amount of heat removed from cooling space in terms of energy. Only in terms of energy we are going to take, uh, and another one, we have to take amount of electrical energy which is given to system in terms of watt hour. So we take two quantities. That ratio we are going to take, that ratio is called as EER. So this is ratio is nothing but the ratio of amount of heat removed from cooled space in terms of energy. We take unit is British thermal unit in BTU, to the ratio or to the value of amount of electrical energy which is supplied to the system in terms of watt hour. So these two quantities will be taking for energy efficiency ratio. Same thing I have given on this slide. EER is equal to output cooling energy in terms of BTU, electrical input energy in terms of watt hour. That ratio. Don't consider that input and output means numerator and denominator are in watts or in power. No, these are not in power. These are only in energies. Energy quantities we are taking for EER. But when you go for COP, we are taking in terms of wattage, kilojoules per second for numerator and denominator. But here we take only in joules or kilojoules. Only energy quantity we are taking in numerator and denominator for EER. So that is EER. Next one, I take what is the relation between COP and EER. How does would be that relation? We'll see now. We already discussed in last class. COP, it is nothing but amount of refrigerating effect which has been removed from the cooled space to the amount of network required which is supplied to the system or to drive the system. That ratio is called as COP. So generally refrigerating effect, just now I told you, numerator and denominator values we take in watts or joule per second. Numerator value joule per second, denominator value you should be taking in joule per second. That is COP. Here I am trying to write in terms of joule for numerator and denominator. There is no change here. Numerator value I am going to take in joules. Denominator value also I am going to take in joules. This is only assumption. There is no change unit wise. Second will be cancelled in MO equation. So I can also write in terms of joules like this: joule by joule. But we already know that 1 BTU is equal to 1055 joules, from which I can also write as 1 joule is equal to 1 divided by 1055 BTU, British thermal units. So joule value is going to be converted in BTU this uh, um, from this quantity. Similarly, 1 joule, sorry, 1 watt hour can also be written as 3600 joules, 1 watt hour, from which 1 joule can be written as 1 by 3600 watt hour. So joule quantity or joule value I am going to convert into BTU and watt hour from this quantities what I mentioned on this slide. So These two quantities are going to be substituted in above equation, COP equation. Now COP equation can be written as, for numerator case, I am going to write in terms of BTU. So one joule value is going to be converted in terms of BTU. Now that is 1 by 1055 BTU. For denominator case, joule is going to be converting in watt hour, 1 by 3600 watt hour. So now that value comes like this: 3600 by 1055 BTU per watt hour. BTU per by watt hour, just now I told you that is nothing but energy efficiency ratio. That is a ratio in terms of energy. Numerator value comes in British thermal unit, denominator value comes in watt hour. The total ratio is called as energy efficiency ratio. So 3600 by 1055 gives value 3.412. Then unit BTU by watt hour gives energy efficiency ratio. So finally, COP value equals to, or COP equals to 3.412 energy efficiency ratio. That is a relation between COP and EER. So examination point of view, this is important. Next one, I am going to discuss a problem here. See, all of you, a refrigerator system operates on a reversed Carnot cycle. Read it carefully. A refrigerator system operates on the reversed Carnot cycle. Sometimes you will be getting like that perfect refrigeration cycle. Don't get confused. Perfect refrigeration cycle means it is nothing but Carnot cycle or Carnot refrigerator. There is no perfect refrigeration system in the world except Carnot. Carnot refrigerator is perfect one, ideal one. So sometimes if you are getting in the examination as perfect refrigeration system, you should take as reversed Carnot cycle or Carnot refrigerator. Remember. So a refrigerated system operates on the reversed Carnot cycle. The higher temperature of the refrigerant is in the system is 35 degrees Celsius. The highest temperature which is available in the system is mentioned as 35 degrees Celsius. And the lower temperature in the system is minus 50 degrees Celsius. The capacity is to be 12 TR. Sometimes they mention only 12 tons. Don't get confused. 12 tons means you should be taken as tons of refrigeration or TR. So the capacity of the refrigeration is to be 12 TR. Neglect all losses. No need to mention this point. Reversed Carnot cycle means there are no losses. Always system should be perfect, ideal. No need to mention that point. Neglect all losses, but they mentioned. Okay, we'll continue. Determine the following things you have to be calculated here. What are the first one? COP, and second one power required to drive the system, and third one heat rejected from the system. These three things you need to calculate for this problem. Okay, just before going to solve this problem, I need to discuss these points what they mentioned in the problem here. Reversed Carnot cycle means already I discussed it in second class. The cycle which is based on two temperature limits: highest temperature called surroundings temperature, lowest temperature which is connected to refrigerated space. Between two specified limits, reversed Carnot cycle will be operated. So the highest temperature value they mentioned as 35 degrees Celsius, the lowest temperature mentioned as minus 15 degrees Celsius. So, and one more data has given that the amount of heat removed from space, that is nothing but cooling capacity or refrigerating capacity, or amount of heat supplied to the system. There are number of names, different names: refrigerating capacity, cooling capacity, heat removed from cooled space, or heat supplied to the refrigeration system. These are different names, but finally meaning is same. So the capacity is to be 12 TR, or refrigerating capacity or cooling capacity is 12 TR. So three quantities you need to calculate. So to solve a problem, initially student should prepare TS diagram or PV diagram for respective cycle. Now I have prepared TS diagram for Carnot cycle. Already I mentioned, I discussed this diagram in Carnot refrigerator. So same diagram again I mentioned here. 1, 2, 3, 4 points. 1, 2 is isentropic compression. 2, 3 constant temperature heat rejection, 3.4 isentropic expansion, 4.1 constant temperature heat addition. So heat addition from cooled space to system refrigerator, that quantity as mentioned as QL. QL means heat added to the refrigerated system, or heat supplied to the system, cooling capacity or refrigerating effect, all are same. So QL is equal to refrigerating effect or cooling effect. QH, amount of heat rejected from the system to the surroundings, QH. WC is compressor work, WTE is expander or turbine work. Okay, so W net amount of work required to drive the compressor is WC minus WT. Already I discussed in reversed Carnot cycle or Carnot refrigerator. So this is a TS diagram. We should be prepared before going to solve the problem. Next, what is the data is given? Data given in the problem. Maximum temperature TH, already told you. Maximum, there are two specified temperature limits, maximum and minimum temperature. TH is equal to 35 degrees Celsius maximum temperature. If you convert in Kelvin, 308 Kelvin. Minimum temperature available in the cycle, TL or T minimum is equal to minus 15 degrees Celsius. If you convert in Kelvin, 258 Kelvin. Next, one more data is given. The capacity of refrigerator or cooling capacity or refrigerating effect, already told you, is given as 12 TR. In last class, in unit of refrigeration, I clearly told you that 1 TR equals to 3.517 kilojoules per second or kilowatt. So don't write direct TR value in the problem. If you get TR value, you should convert in terms of kilojoules per second. Now, 1 TR is equal to 3.517 kilojoules per second. So total cooling capacity or refrigerating effect equals to 12 into 3.517, which equals to 42.2 kilojoules per second. That is refrigerating effect of this problem. So this data is given. Now we are going to solve objectives. What we have, first one is COP. COP of Carnot refrigerator or theoretical cycle COP, already I discussed in Carnot refrigerator. Again I have mentioned in steps. COP of refrigerator means that is the ratio of amount of heat removed from cooled space, called refrigerating effect, to the amount of work required to drive the compressor, called net work input required to drive the compressor. That ratio is called as coefficient of performance of Carnot refrigerator. Not only the Carnot, every cycle for every system, this is basic equation for COP. Refrigerating effect and network input required to drive the compressor. These two quantities ratio gives COP. Now cooling effect means QL, what mentioned on the slide. QL quantity is amount of heat removed or refrigerating effect. Network input W net theoretical. This is theoretical cycle. But W net, already I told you, W net theoretical means compressor work and turbine work difference. WC minus WT. And we can also write as total network input is equal to net amount of heat transfer in the cycle from first law of thermodynamics. So COP theoretical can also be written as QL by QH minus QL. QH means the heat rejected from system, QL heat supplied to the system. The total net heat transfer is equal to net work done, WC minus WT. From this equation I can also write as TL by TH minus TL. Q is directly proportional to temperature because Q is equal to TDS. Finally, quantity equation comes like this: TL by TH minus TL. TL means minimum temperature, TH maximum temperature. So COP of theoretical cycle equals to T minimum by T max minus T minimum. If you are getting maximum and minimum temperatures in the cycle of the cycle in the problem, directly you can calculate COP by this equation. COP equals to T minimum by T max minus T minimum. Directly you can go for calculation using this equation. So by substituting values here, T minimum value 258, which is given in the problem, 308 minus 258 from the given data. So finally COP value is calculated as 5.16 from the given data. So this is first objective of the problem. COP using temperatures I have determined. with simple equation T minimum by T max minus T minimum. Second objective, power required to drive the system or to drive the refrigerator. Already one more equation in see here I have given COP is equal to QL by W net theoretical, work input required to drive the compressor. Same equation again I have written on second slide. COP theoretical is equal to refrigerating effect QL, network input required to drive the compressor W net theoretical. This value you need to calculate in this objective. But COP just now we determined 5.16, QL already we got from the problem 42.2. So from which we determined that power required to drive the refrigerator W net theoretical is equal to 8.178 kilowatts. This is power. That's why I have said in terms of watts, kilojoules per second, watt, kilowatt. Third objective, heat rejected from the system. How much heat is rejected? That quantity I mentioned on the slide in the diagram as QH. So QH value you need to calculate. Heat rejected from the system to the surroundings. How can we determine? From the first law of thermodynamics, we know that net work transfer, net work input required is equal to net heat transfer in the cycle. Already we discussed in reversed Carnot cycle or Carnot refrigerator. So the equation what we have here, net amount of work required to drive the compressor W net theoretical is equal to net heat transfer QH minus QL. Just now we determined in second objective power required W net value as 8.178, QL value was given as 42.2 in the problem. So from which we determined heat rejected from the system to the surroundings QH is equal to 50.378 kilojoules per second. Don't say in kilowatts, this is heat. That's why we have to say in terms of kilojoules per second. So like this we can solve problem in Carnot cycle with the given data. In Carnot cycle problems generally we see temperature data, to specify temperature limits data. So with that data I can calculate COP directly, and with other data if you have TR value, these objectives 2-3 objectives can also be determined like that what I mentioned now. So this is Carnot cycle problem. Now what are the types of refrigeration systems in our subject? Types of refrigeration systems, there are number of refrigeration systems are available. I will discuss each and every refrigeration system in bullets. Later we'll discuss the working of each and every refrigeration system. So first one is ice refrigeration system. Using ice, how can we maintain cooled space, cool area, refrigerated space? We'll discuss with the help of this system. Next one, air refrigeration system. Using air as refrigerant, how can we determine, how can we maintain cooled space? Vapor compression refrigeration system, which is very commonly used refrigeration system in domestic and industrial applications. I will discuss that what are the parts and how can it how does it work, I will discuss later. VCR is also called as VCR system. Next one is vapor absorption refrigeration system called as VAR system, using waste heat gases, using waste amount of energy, using solar energy, where electricity is not possible, is not available properly, where electricity is not available properly in rural areas. If you have waste amount of heat, this type of refrigeration system is very useful and very preferable. I will discuss this one later. VAR system. Next one, some amount of special refrigeration systems are there. They are absorption refrigeration system, cascade refrigeration system, mixed refrigeration system, and vortex tube refrigeration system, thermoelectric refrigeration system, and last one is steam jet refrigeration system. These are some special refrigeration systems are available in the subject. So these systems will be discussed later in different units. One and up to third unit we will discuss these refrigeration systems. In next class I will discuss about ice refrigeration system and air refrigeration system. Okay, thank you. This is for this class. This is now for this class. Now, I'll discuss ice refrigeration system in next class. Thank you very much.